Welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you guys are new to the channel, be sure to click that subscribe button and turn on post notifications. I would like to give a special thanks to South Motors Honda for giving me time with the 2022 Honda Civic Si. If you're in the market for a Honda, you can come check out South Motors Honda and ask for Saul. He will get you into a new or pre-owned vehicle. But let's talk about pricing here for the Honda Civic Si. Starting price is at $27,300. This one stickers for $32,110, including destination. But let's talk about the front styling of the Civic Si. Let's talk about the exterior styling here of the Honda Civic Si. This is all new for 2022. This is a whole new generation. This is the 11th generation of Civic, and Honda make this vehicle look more sophisticated compared to the previous generation. Looking at these headlights here, these come standard on all models of the Honda Civic. Even on the base model, you get these multi-reflector LED headlights with an automatic low beam and high beam function with an LED turn signal in daytime run light. Unfortunately, on the Si model, my model is sadly missing LED fog lights. You probably can do aftermarket or a dealer accessory, if I'm not mistaken. The grille does have this nice honeycomb finish to the grille. There's the Honda emblem front and center, also with this Si badge right there. This is how you guys can tell that this is the Si model. And look at this beautiful shade of blue. As you guys can see, the sun is making this color pop. And my personal car is blue as well, so I know once you wash the car, it looks even better. But looking at the side profile, this has a 107.7 inch wheelbase with an overall length of 184 inches. So this vehicle did grow just a little bit for this current generation. Looking at these tires and wheels here, these are a 35/40 Goodyear all-season tire. They're wrapped in this 18-inch rim design, and the rim design does have this nice matte finish to it. And keep in mind, all Civics still remain front-wheel drive. There's also this gloss black mirror cap here, no LED side marker, unfortunately. And this does come standard with this sunroof here. Unfortunately, Honda does not offer a panoramic sunroof. No other competitor in this segment does offer that. I wish Honda would have been the first one to offer it. But making our way to the rear of the Honda Civic Si, looking at these taillights here, they're going to be an LED combination. The brake lights are going to be an LED turn signal, and reverse lights are going to be an incandescent design. That's the Si badge, and I love this integrated with spoilers, a black finish. Looks really good and aggressive. There's the Honda emblem here. There's also the Civic name, which is spelled out. Looking down here, there's also dual tip exhaust. I'm going to let you guys hear what that sounds like very quickly. As you guys can hear, that exhaust does have a nice sound from it. That's the backup camera here. Open up the cargo back here. Honda says this has 14.8 cubic feet of space. You can also fold the seats down to do a 60-40 split via these tabs here. And underneath the load floor, Honda just equips this with a fix-a-flat kit instead of a spare tire. Sitting inside the interior of the Honda Civic Si, looking at this cabin here, this cabin is sophisticated compared to the previous generation. And as you guys can see here, the Si does have a unique interior color to it. It's like this bright or blood orange. As you guys can see, also these are exclusive to the Si, these aggressive seats. I like the way the seats look, very nice and comfortable, and they're aggressive. There's the Si name, which is stitched in the actual seats here. We're reaching over here to shut the door of the Honda Civic. And to start up the vehicle, keep in mind this is the manual model, so you have to put your foot on the clutch and press the start button right here to fire it up. You guys can hear that exhaust. It does have a nice snarl from it. But looking here at the door panel materials very quickly, a pretty decent material that Honda uses here. There's also this aluminum painted door handle here, some gloss black trim. There's more that like blood, like orange or red throughout this cabin here, some red trim here by the window and lock controls. It is auto up and down for just the driver and passenger. Your lock controls, the window controls, like I mentioned. There's some gloss black trim around the air vents here with that red accent. I like the nice honeycomb finish that the grille has here, really upscale looking cabin. There's a dimmer switch, your Honda sensing stability control, and there's the trunk release button here, which is tucked away here on the door, which I think is a nice feature. It kind of eliminates some of being down here on the actual floor, like some previous models. There's also a cup holder and additional storage space here. This is a manual tilt and telescoping wheel. It does offer a good amount of range and adjustability. There's the turn signal and headlight stock. There's a warm-up stock right there. Nice thick rim here, especially if you guys are doing aggressive driving. Nice stitching. Always for your volume and voice controls. Their Honda emblems on the airbag cover. Your driver's assistance. It does have adaptive cruise control with this aluminum-like trim here on the lower part of the steering wheel. I wish Honda would have made it a flat bottom design. That may be something for the Type R, but you can also customize this display here by rubbing your finger against the scroll wheel or pressing the home button here. You guys can also look at the G meter. See, it does display there. There's the throttle and brake. the driver's attention, navigation, turbo gauge, phone. So you can customize this partial display. Unfortunately, you do not get that large 10-inch display that you get on the other models. Unfortunately, there's no heads-up display, but my model does have that nice premium Bose audio sound system. This is the first Honda product to get a name brand stereo system besides the Honda premium system, which me personally, I think the Bose audio system sounds the best. The materials on the dash are gonna be a soft touch ejection molded plastic. And one thing the SI has over the Sport and LX model is this 9-inch display. It does support Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, as you guys can see. Very bright screen. It does display very quickly once you start the vehicle up. As you guys can see, very responsive timing here. Looking at the Honda interface, very responsive as well. There's a display mode here. There's also the AM, FM channels and whatnot. There's the trip computer. This on the full tank of gas, this vehicle was saying 401 miles, but right now it's saying 370. I've been averaging 16.7 mpg. Only had the car for about a good 30 minutes or so. But going back to the Apple CarPlay, the touch response is very responsive. There's 2 shortcut buttons here for home and back, and there is a volume knob here with the button for the sync and track. Like I mentioned, the air vents do have this nice honeycomb finish to it. This only has a single zone climate control. There's 2 USB ports down here. There's also a nice storage area here to put your phone. My iPhone 13 Pro Max does fit. Like I mentioned, it is wireless. There's a 12 volt. There's your drive mode selector here, which shows you sport, individual, and also normal. So you can customize this display even more. There's electronic parking brake. It's an automatic start stop button here. Also with your brake hold, 2 cup holders. This area here is going to be nice and padded. It does have this cloth finish to it. Open it up, it does reveal a decent amount of storage. Nice red stitching here. Like I mentioned, the seats are aggressively bolstered. They feel very comfortable and supportive. And above me, there's a standard size sunroof. Unfortunately, there's no panoramic sunroof here on the Honda Civic here. And this is how you open up the sunroof. It's going to be LED lights throughout the cabin. Looking at the glove compartment, it does offer a good amount of storage in there, but the owner's manual does take up some of that space. You can probably take the book out if you guys are not going to keep it in the vehicle. But let's put the vehicle into reverse here. Of course, put on the clutch and kick it down here. As you guys can see, it does reveal a nice backup camera. There's trajectory with distance markers. There is also rear cross traffic alert and rear cross braking. So this vehicle will put the brakes on for you if it senses that there's something approaching if you're not looking. There's also different angles around the vehicle as well. So really good camera quality here from Honda, but overall, the interior of the Honda Civic is a huge improvement compared to the previous generation. Getting into the back seat of the Honda Civic SI, open up the rear door here. As you guys can see, plenty of space to get into this compact sedan here. Plenty of space. I like the nice red stitching here on the seats. It does look very nice. Looking at the materials, they're pretty decent material with this aluminum painted door handle. There's this carbon fiber-like trim here. It does resist fingerprints. The switchgear feels nice. This area here is going to be nice and padded. There's also additional cup holder space here. But getting into the back seat of the SI here, as you guys can see, plenty of space underneath the driver's seat. Honda says this has around 37.3 inches of legroom, so plenty of legroom space in the back seat of the Civic, so you can get comfortable. There's no rear air vents or rear charging ports. There is one mat pocket back here for storage. You can fit 3 people across in comfort. Pulling this armrest down here, it does reveal 2 cup holders, and there is this standard size sunroof. There's no panoramic sunroof here. No other competitor in the segment offers a panel feature, but I wish Honda would offer that for this 11th generation. And above me is going to be LED lights throughout the cabin, but the back seat of the SI does feel spacious to put your family and friends back here. Let's talk about the powertrain specs here for the Honda Civic Si. This uses Honda's 1.5 liter turbocharged direct injection 4-cylinder. This powertrain makes 200 horsepower and 192 pound-feet of torque. And of course, it is paired with a 6-speed automatic transmission. Fuel economy is rated at 27 in the city, 37 on the highway, and 31 combined. Keep in mind, all Civics still remain front-wheel drive. This one also comes equipped with a limited slip differential. And as the Civic sits here, it weighs in around 2,900 pounds. Starting off in the driving scene here in the 2022 Honda Civic Si, let's talk about the powertrain spec. This has Honda's 1.5 liter turbocharged 4-cylinder here. This makes 200 horsepower and 192 pound-feet of torque. And if you guys have been following the channel for over the last 4 or 5 years, you guys know I don't drive manual cars every single day. So I'm not the best manual driver. So if I'm short shifting or going in the wrong gear, just know that I'm not the best driver. But let's talk about the visibility out of the Honda Civic here. Great visibility. The A pillar here is very thin. Honda pushed it back additional 2 inches to give you better visibility. The mirrors here are a really good size mirror, so you guys, you can see out of this vehicle. This also has blind spot monitoring, also lane keeping assist, rear cross traffic alert with rear braking and whatnot. So this vehicle we'll put the brakes on if it senses that there's something coming. And this vehicle does have a limited slip differential, and the power delivery is just so good. You feel that low end torque, and the 6-speed is good. I mean, I don't really drive manual cars all the time, but the gearing is good. I've driven some over the years, but not a lot of them. But like I mentioned, I don't drive manual cars every single day, but the travel does feel really good. And also the travel of the clutch is good also. It doesn't feel hard. But this vehicle will get up to speed very quickly. Like I mentioned, a lot of low end pull here with the Civic. The seats in here, they're unique to the SI model. As you guys can see, it does have the SI badge stitched in the actual seats. They're aggressively bolstered compared to a standard Civic. The interior here does have a unique interior with the blood orange or red finish to it. But the SI does drive really good. Like I mentioned, the power delivery is good. If you guys are looking for value, I think the SI is a really good pick, of course. It's a Honda, so you guys know it's gonna last for a long time. And this thing is so damn fun to drive, I'm telling you. And the power delivery is just so good. It puts a smile on my face. Not every day you drive, not every day that I drive a manual car. Let's talk about fuel economy. This is rated to get 27 in the city, 37 on the highway, and 31 combined. So the gas mileage is decent. This is also direct injection. It's turbocharged, and this turbocharged powertrain, it just pulls. It loves to rev and whatnot. But personally, like I mentioned, I'm not the best manual driver here, so you guys have to be patient with me. I already know in the comment section, oh, Darius can't drive a manual. Yeah, I cannot. That's what I'm letting you guys know right now. But and keep in mind, all Civics still remain front-wheel drive. There is 200 horsepower being sent to the front wheels. There is no all-wheel drive Civic. I don't think Honda's going to offer an all-wheel drive model, even on the Type R. But I wish Honda will, rectify that and add all-wheel drive, because this vehicle does need it, because it does a bad job of putting the power down. But I put the vehicle into a sport mode, and as you guys can hear, that thing loves to rev. Let's see if I can do a launch here, which I know I probably can't, because I'm not a good manual driver. So you guys have to be patient with me. But let's see what I can do on camera. And I did stall this vehicle maybe twice before I left the dealer, before I cut the camera on. Embarrassing moment. But I did do it. So oh my God. I mean, if you guys are looking for a manual car, for a beginner like myself, I think the SI is a really good pick. You also have reliability. Of course, it's Honda. It's going to last for many years to come. I also like this nice cabin, very sophisticated. This also has the Bose audio sound system, which is the first Honda product to get a different sound system besides their premium sound system. But the Bose audio sound system sounds really good. But just sitting here, the car is quiet. You can hear a little bit of the exhaust. I like this standard size sunroof. There's no panoramic sunroof option. But if you guys are looking for value, and also a car for a beginner, if you're trying to learn how to drive manual, the SI is a really good pick in this segment. After spending time with the 2022 Honda Civic SI, hope you guys have enjoyed this review here. Be sure to follow me on Instagram at Drive1Reviews and hit that subscribe button and turn on post notifications. And I'll see you all in the next review. It sounds like Jungle Island out here.